Hello Internet people, my name is Robert and I will show you how to set up Google Workspace email as a beginner in 4 simple steps. The first step is to sign up for Google Workspace. You can do that by scrolling down to the description of this video and clicking on the first link. And then you land on this Google Workspace page, and this is where they just state all their plans. Now, to be honest, most of you will be totally fine with just using the business starter, so the smallest pack. So I'm gonna click on that, get started. Now, just give it your business name. In this case, I'm gonna call it Tips with Punch. And then in my case, it will be just me in this organization, and my region is Netherlands. Let me just close this pop-up. So I hit on next. Then I'm gonna type my first name and last name and my current email. So in this case, I'm just gonna give my Gmail email. So this is not the email you're going to have later. This is just what you have right now. So let me hit on next. Next, it will ask you about the domain name. And in this case, if you don't have one, you can buy directly from Google Domains. And it connects to Google Workspace really easy because, yeah, same company. So they made it super easy. But probably most of you have bought the domain name already from GoDaddy or Namecheap. Then I would suggest you clicking on yes, I have one and I can use it. So in this case, you need to type in what is the domain name you're gonna use. In my case, it will be thetipswithpunch.com, and then I'm gonna hit next. Next is just telling us that, hey, I'm gonna use this as your account. So this is the domain name you need to be verifying later on. So yes, let's click on next. Stay up to date, no thanks. Educate yourself, no thanks. Really, if you want to obviously answer yes, they'll just send you some emails. Now I can create a username. And this one is super important because it's going to be your email and also your admin email. So make sure that you add something that you like. So in my case, I want to use my first name and then add the tipswithpunch.com. Next, you need to add password, and I use a password manager. So I generated a password for myself. And then I just need to click that I'm not a robot. And let's click on agree and continue. Next, it's telling you to review your plan, and don't forget there's always the 14-day no charge. So I'm going to select the flexible plan, and if you have a promotion code, you can use it here. I'm going to click on next. So next, just fill in your details here. You can add your name and an address, and then you can select the payment method. In my case, I'm going to select PayPal, but you can also pay with credit card or debit. And then once you're done, just click on agree and continue. I need to link now my PayPal to Google, but that's not a problem. I'll do that. And if you pay with credit card, it's just more straightforward. So after you set up PayPal, just click on agree and continue. Okay, cool. The Google Workspace account has been created. So let's click on continue to setup. And then there's a long text about terms and conditions. Just read through it and then click on I understand if you agree with them. It's just notifying here that this is the admin console and this is where you can set up everything in regards to your workspace. And I'm going to just click on next. The second step is to verify that you own the domain name. The good thing is it shows you kind of what steps you need to take here. It's telling us here that we need to prove that we own this domain name. So let's do that. Let's protect it. And I'm ready to protect my domain name. Sounds so all official and stuff, but let's listen to Google. The cool thing is that Google recognizes where you bought your domain name from, and it gives you the instructions here. So I bought it from Namecheap, and they have very clear instructions here. I'm already logged into Namecheap, and here on the left, I'm inside the domain list. Just need to scroll down and see if this is set to Namecheap Basic DNS. And remember, to verify your domain name, you actually need to go to the place where the domain name is pointing at. So for example, if you bought your domain name from GoDaddy, but it's pointing to, I don't know, Namecheap web hosting, then you need to go to the web hosting and update the DNS settings there. Now, the instructions here will just show you wherever the domain name is registered, but you need to keep in mind that actually the registrar doesn't always have control over your DNS settings. But so in my case, this is not pointing anywhere. It's just floating around there. It's just in Namecheap. So I can click on this Advanced DNS tab. And then if I scroll down here, I can add a new record. So now let's go back to Google and you see that let's go to the next step. And here it tells us, okay, we need to do this. We need to create a new, you see here, a new text record. And then we need to grab this URL. So let's do that. I just clicked on this and it copies it to my clipboard you saw there on the left. So if I go back and here, I'll just select txt, add sign like Google told us, and then I've added this code. Then I'll click on this save check mark. If I go back, let's see if there's anything else we need to do. No, save. Okay, protect domain name. Let's click on that. And now it's just verifying the record and checking if if it worked. Now this might take a few minutes. Usually it's within 5 minutes it should start working. So I'm gonna pause this video until it's working. Okay, it took maybe 2 minutes, and after that it verified that I own the domain name, which is great, and we can now continue. You see it verifies it also here, you have the green check mark. Let's click on continue. And now the second step it's telling us is to create new users. But to be honest, if you're working alone on this or you're not adding new team members right now, you can skip this step. The third step is to activate Gmail for your domain name. So let's click on the activate. And again, so I'm ready to activate Gmail. So let's click on that. It just sounds so great. So here again, you're still in your DNS settings. You need to go in Namecheap, same path, but we're still there. I'm going to click on the next step, and here you see that you have mail settings. So I can now go here, advanced DNS. Let's see what it gives us. So I'm going to scroll down, and you have here mail settings in Namecheap. You can select from here, for example, Gmail, and then click on Save Changes. You see that it will automatically configure the right settings for Gmail. Now, this works for Namecheap like this. For other service providers, the Google Workspace will show you how to do it. So it's really great in that sense. Okay, I think it's saved it now. And if I go back to Google and scroll down and click on Activate Gmail, it's now checking these MX records, which are basically different type of records in the DNS settings. I'm gonna again pause the video until it's done. Okay, it took about maybe 1 or 2 minutes again, and it's saying, great job, MX records are updated. Great. We can click on finish. Now you see it goes back to admin panel, and strangely, it's not showing here that it's activated, but I think there's just a 5-minute delay. So wait for it a little bit, and again, I'll pause the video until then. So this took 5 minutes or so, and then it actually first showed that there's an error, and then I refreshed the page, and then it showed this. Gmail is activated. Great. We can now go and click on the skip for now, because we're not going to create the new user. And once you've done this, it also helps you here to actually go through next steps if you want to. But I think the most important thing you want to do here is click on these dots here and go to Gmail, because this is where you're going to send emails from your new custom domain name. Once it's loaded, you get greeted to this. Let's turn on the smart features just because it's cool to experiment with this, and they are trying to improve your experience. I'm gonna use the personalized, I don't mind that. And now you can click on get started if you want to learn more. And this is basically your Gmail inbox, and you can start sending out emails. I would also use your personal email to send an email here to test it out that everything works as you want to. And then just keep in mind, anytime you want to see the admin dashboard, you just need to click on these dots, and here you have the admin, and that's where you add new users and stuff like that. The fourth step is to learn how to use Google Workspace to its full potential, because otherwise you'll be just paying for the Gmail interface. That's why you should watch this video right here if you want to learn the most useful Google Workspace features that will help you double your productivity with emails.